Check, check. Oh, I got some sound now. I turned HDMI 2 on. Okay. So welcome everyone. And that's a runaway try. One or two sound issues here in the commentary box. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. Is that coming out of the yes? Okay, good. Well, one or two technical issues. It wouldn't be Cayman Rugby TV if we didn't have some technical issues. But the Pigs score the first try. Number 7. I haven't got my glasses on, so I don't know who that is. 7 must be Paul Weston, I would imagine, with Eddie with a kick. There is indeed. So Pigs with an early lead, just a couple of minutes in. This is the semi-final of the CRFU Vase, or Vase, depending on where you come from. In the commentary box with Captain Dave.
Hello.
Man, a few words. And so the Bucks, high hanging, and that's a knock on from the big number 5. Is that Carruthers? Carruthers, Steve Owen, not the Crocodile Hunter. Stolen by the Pigs, that's nice. And Eddie Weston sends it downtown, and Hooper sporting a wonderful mullet. The mullet and beard look. He's like an amateur Chabal from France, wasn't it? The caveman. Not quite as angry, although he has his moments. If you steal his dinner money, I'm sure. Yeah. So, line out. Knocked down by a ponytail. Throw it out. We don't have team sheets, so names might be a little bit tricky. Coming in from the side there, but Hooper now. Spins out of one. A big fend off. A little bit of ping pong on the far side and a knock on, says the referee Justin Colgan.
So the winner of this game will play the Iguanas next week.
Next week. So tune in next week for the final. Iguanas, who won the league by some distance. And the Storm have forfeited their game, which was supposed to be against the Pigs. Therefore, the system says that the second play fourth, because the Iguanas obviously therefore have a bye into the final. Pigs doing the nice little wrap around. Eddie Weston, oh, he just can't hold on to that. Generous refereeing, says it went backwards, and it looked like a forward pass anyway from number 12, whose name seems to be Ed on the back of his shirt. It's a family of Eds. Ed Broking. And is that helium I see out there wearing number 17? Good Lord, it is. Lending his huge ballast to the Pigs pack, or the herd as they like to be called. Can you still hear me? Yeah, there you go. Oh, I didn't do the scoreboard, no. Sorry folks, I'm multitasking here.
Hello, unmarried couple. Excellent.
That's scoreboard styling. No, I do, but I don't know where I put the numbers. Oh, there we go. Okay, so team 2 is... So hopefully that says Pigs 7-0 up. So loud blow of the whistle from referee Colgan. And the Bucks will try to pump this into the 22. That's pretty good. Takes them to about 15 meters out. They will get the line out, of course. Will they go for Ponytail, number 25? He caught the last one. Danny McGrath playing at hooker and throwing in. Stalwart of Cayman Rugby. National team player, of course. And Stringer, oh, he sees the gap. Shane Weston manages to scrag him, but the ball is offloaded. You've got to be on your toes when Stringer's around. Like a live wire, but infringement there and a penalty to the Pigs. So they will now clear their lines. And that's off the side of the boot. Is that Blake Eggleton, I think? So he kind of shanked that one just outside his own 22. But they will get the line out, of course. Seems like all the Eds play for Bucks as well. So they usually throw to Helium. He rises. No, Shane Weston at number 2. And he throws it out. And all a bit scrappy. Knock on in the centre of the pitch. Official weather forecast is it's bloody hot.
It's not the word I would use, but anyway.
Say again?
It's not the word I would use.
Well, you know, it's pre-watershed, Dave.
It's a family show.
That's right. Could we have a little tagline that says, you know, parental advice, you know? May contain strong language and all the other kind of disclaimers you have to put on. We wouldn't want to offend anybody now, would we? Not again, anyway.
Not this day and age.
Not there should be a snowflake button. It would melt in this heat. Anyway, back to the action. Pigs pick off the back. That's Scooby. He's hiked it downtown. Bounces up nicely for the and he's made a right pig's ear of that, ironically. And it does well then because he had pigs all over him. And playing the ball on the ground, holding on. Penalty right in front of the posts. The Bucks architects of their own downfall then. They can't even say it's a slippery ball.
It looked like a slippery ball in the sevens as well. I don't know what you did.
Oh, really?
Sunny day.
It was day one, was it? Finals are tomorrow? Okay. Do they Great Britain have a team now rather than England and okay. That's for the Olympics, is it? Well, that's because Ireland is not part of Great Britain. There's a lot of history in that day. You've picked over a scab that we don't really want to go to, but Eddie Weston takes the PK and slides it off to the left. So the score remains 7-0.
Yes, I don't know if this is a permanent thing or just for the Olympics or what.
Well, they don't seem to be very good whichever way it goes. So.
Well, it might have to be permanent because we're reducing the number of teams in the sevens thing anyway.
Oh, are they? That's a good old wallop down, and very casually done by the 15. A nice little wedge into the corner. Almost going for the 50-22, but that's well recovered. Steps inside, goes out one, gets like the one-handed tackle, and Bucks come back. Good, strong clear out. Except the Pigs have stolen it. Very good work on the ground over there in the shadows. Back it comes. Southway. Secure the ball. Here's Eggleton. Oh, he finds a gap, but that's a good tackle. Danny McGrath with the tackle there. Back they come to the left. Again, defence squeezing. So they're going left, right, left, right. Eggleton again tries to find Paul Weston on the charge. Can't hold the ball in the tackle. But it was a forward pass to him, which didn't make life any easier. Big golf tournament in Jamaica this weekend. I'm surprised we weren't asked to film that, Dave. Well, that's very true. We could have just positioned ourselves on the 18th and seen the pairs as they come in. That would have been quite funny. Unbroadcastable, no doubt. Hooper off the back. Nearly loses his shorts. Well, that's nice. Good bit of continuity. Juggles that one off his head. Finds the inside ball. And that's a great score if he can get all the way there. Oh, and he's dropped it. Oh, I can't believe it. Play on. No, he's asking him to be played on, but the referee has called it back. No advantage. Penalty try? Why would that be? Oh, that's, so the scoreline stays 7-0 when I was already putting it on the scoreboard.
So a panel of experts in the background.
Yeah. They still don't know the rules. It's like having Waldorf and Stadler in the back here. Well, if you actually you're not actually watching it on a screen, so that'd be difficult. Yeah, there's always Wi-Fi. We're 30 seconds behind, so you probably could see it again. I think he was just slightly dying as he came towards the try line. Overstrided, ball slipped out.
Maybe didn't know what to do.
Yeah, well, that's right. He's never been there before.
It's his white line.
Yeah, he's trying to remember. I've seen this on TV. Now, what do? Well, they usually dive, and no one's going to do that here if they've got too much sense. Maybe the ball is a little bit slippy. That would be with the humidity and the heat, not anything precipitation. That's a good shove from the Bucks, and difficult ball, but Eggleton does well. And it just makes the touch. For a second, I thought there might be the winger might be able to pick that up, but they've gone quickly. Eddie Weston running sideways. He's looking for Helium, but there he is. Helium just gets his head down and then falls to the ground. And that's off his leg, is it? Yeah, play on, says the referee. Pigs injecting some energy and some pace into the game. Shane Weston says, I'll have that. Don't think it was necessarily meant for him. This game will probably slow down as a little bit forward, but offside. Defence up. Too quick, or probably more likely never back. So Scooby having a little conflab, and it looks like we're taking a drinks break. We'll probably take some of the sponsors' product here in the commentary box and speak to you in a couple of minutes. Well, that was quick. Didn't have time, chance to open a new bottle. And Eggleton hangs one high, just outside the 22. Do we know? John with the flag, Canada. Oh, Dreddy's made an appearance. Never a man to hurry around the pitch, which is Helium goes to the back of the line out. Shane Weston, but not straight. Always a tricky throw to the back. Pig's usual tactic is to go to the Shane Weston at number 2.
Maybe Gritty said, don't throw it to 2, I can't be asked.
That's right, yeah. They won't suspect us if we go to the back. They never pick that one. So Stringer with the ball in. He'll be happy with Munster's win over Leinster last week. His brother was a big Munster man. Pigs come back, Southway. They've got an overlap. Oh, he needed to get his hands free to get out the back door. That's a knock on. If he could have just got his hands through. The offload was there. Running out of space, of course, on this side. Touchline, not your friend. So Bucks with a scrum. They'll be looking to just clear this out. Pigs, of course, favourites to win today. Stringer. And he goes to the old big crossfield. And it looks like Darren Montague on the far side. Does well. That's a nice little pick up. And Eddie Weston, though. A brick wall. No way past him. Just been spending a few days in the Brack with the rest of the CRFU coaching team, teaching some of the school kids over there, introducing them to the joys of rugby. It was him and Jacko, or Yakko, I should say. And Mercedes and Shauna went over there. So I'm sure they all had a good time. So, will they revert to throwing it to number 2, the safest ball? That's where my money's going, Dave. Oh, and they've gone again, and that's messed that up. So that's the last time they'll ever do that, I'm sure. He runs straight through a tackle. That's nice. Keeps the legs driving. They've got numbers left. If they can use them, that's okay. That's good. Not much of a fairly airy tackle there from the winger. But he kept rolling. Yeah. Probably thought he could roll all the way there. So now Eddie Weston goes for the roof, hits the roof. Our old commentary box, of course, up there. I miss those days of scaling the wobbly ladder. Yeah, yeah. Always good to go up before the 300-pound Tongan. He's not 300 pounds anymore, is he? Yeah. So big shout out to Coro. One of the stars of the early years of CRTV. So that's a better line out to Shane Weston. Scooby in midfield. Bounces off a tackle and back we come again. Eggleton. Oh, nice charge down, but he's managed to pick up the loose ball. And a knock on from the Pigs. Good defence from the Bucks there. Eggleton probably telegraphed that a wee bit. Went with his inside leg, making the charge down easier. Pigs leading 7-0. The Bucks had an awesome opportunity to score where he literally just dropped the ball over the try line. That was Ponytail, and he doesn't seem to be on the pitch at the moment, I don't think, is he? And Stringer slings one out. Peck. That's nice. They've got a little overlap here if they want it. Oh, he's kind of giving it a little early, but oh, that's high. And then he gets shoved over for his trouble. The arm's out. Referee's seen it. Hooper decides to strong arm the tackler there. Referee playing advantage. And I'm just trying to see no advantage coming, so I think he's saying is either a penalty there or a penalty over on this side. Up to them where they want to take it. And they're going for the posts because they're right in front. Are you empty?
Oh, he's empty.
We'll just have a quick.
Microphone holder for you.
Oh yeah. The Heineken sponsored mic stand now comes into play after the first round. The kick is good. So the Bucks, who after conceding 7 points in pretty much the first minute, didn't get invited.
We're professionals, mate.
Professionals. Plus, I don't really play golf very often. Not that that's necessarily a bar to going, but
I think Nelly went, a few years back. I'm not sure was you there that year, Dave, or not, but Neil, he doesn't really play golf.
No.
He said, he does anyway.
yeah. Same picture, just different location.
So Nelly, he went on that one trip. He seemed to spend an awful lot of money for no reason, really.
Yeah. And so Eggleton, high hanging pushback, open play, and Steve Owen has it ripped away from him. But there's Ponytail. I wonder if he'll let his hair flow in the second half. Looks a bit like James Lowe for the Leinster winger. Sorry. So scrum just on the 10-metre line. Pigs will put in. Let's see if they've got a backline move to razzle dazzle us. Eggleton. Well, they certainly seem to. Eddie Weston is always reliant. He's made the overlap. And he's clear through the number 12. Make sure he puts it down, which he does. So straight off the training paddock, that one. Basically, give it to Eddie Weston and he'll make something happen. He basically created the overlap just by running. I don't think any backline interplay really made much difference. That's right, yeah. Well, they don't move in the training game, do they? so it's just as well if they don't move in the actual game. So he'll try and convert his own. Well, so who's number 12? So Score is 12-3 at the moment. Kick to come. And that. Well. Well. I'd like to see the replay on that. That seemed to go, yeah. That seemed to just drift off to the left. But the linos are sponsored by Specsavers. They should be, you know. Or they need to be anyway. But wow. No. Even Eddie the kicker raised an eyebrow on that one. So I'm not sure what the chat in the middle is. It's like, should we go for a sandwich? Shane Weston running the game. So 14-3. Another high hanging one. Ike Carruthers collects it properly that time. Manages to get in field, giving his backs a chance to clear. Just a bit of standing up and pushing. Stringer decides to wade in like he's getting into the surf. A lot of chat and finger pointing. Scooby number 4 there, just explaining to referee Justin exactly what was going on. And they'll get the line out just inside the 10-meter line. It's all become a little bit walking pace. Which I can't say I'm surprised by. Walking rugby, maybe that's a new thing. No, that's right. Seems like an age, doesn't it? Yeah. It's going to be a big weekend next weekend, the final. Iguanas versus the winner of today, but that's a overthrow. So the line-outs where they throw to the back just not working. Steve Owen. The ball's there. Ponytail tries to pick up. He's having a decent game. And Stringer goes for the quick tap. Little grubber through. Who's there? Eddie Weston, of course. He's ubiquitous. I have to call him Cinzano Bianco. Anytime, any place. That's where you find him. It's a reference from the 1970s if anyone wants to know. Helium doesn't rise for that one. They shovel it down and that but doesn't go out. Number 16 spins, runs into traffic. They're trying to get him into touch, but no joy there. He's lying all over it, in at the side. Who's the big number 40? That's Dreddy. I'm sure he didn't mean to come in the side, he just kind of fell over. So going for the line out again. Yeah. I can't help thinking for these sort of things, they might as well just tap and go because the line out's always a little bit of a lottery. You don't exactly gain that much territory. I don't think I've seen a driving maul scored for a while. Danny McGrath, they've shortened the line out and he taps it back, so Stringer goes in, runs straight at the defender. Stringer again, that's a nice line, but a loud blow of the whistle and he's going to his pocket. Yellow card for who's walking off? Scooby's on his knees. Justin's had enough of him. Not sure who's actually walked off. It's number 40 is walking off, which is Dreddy. Oh, it's actually Sean Gerard. Sean Gerard, the yellow card. We haven't seen one of those for a while. What was that for? Does anyone know what that was for?
Didn't know where to go, he's never been there before.
Well, I find that hard to believe, Dave. A South African number 7's probably seen the naughty chair more often than he'd like to admit. So it was a penalty to the Pigs then for what we're not quite sure, maybe unnecessary roughness, but that must be half time. I think we're playing shortened halves, we hope. So we go into the break, 14-3, Pigs lead. We'll take some refreshments, so a nice cold Heineken, sponsors product. I suggest you do the same. So back we come, second half. Bucks restart down 3-14 on the scoreboard. Pigs in red. Nice little step off the left. And that looks like the Fox Cub. Egerton, boot to ball, goes all the way downtown. That ball will roll and roll and roll, and if they leave it, it will probably go out, which it does, so we'll come back all the way for the scrum. Kicking down the hill, of course. So
He's got a very light step these days, isn't he?
it's who does?
Eddie. Spring in his step these days.
The oh.
I was waiting for that. What? It should be walking because I live.
So that went over my head.
Newly married, you're right.
He's still skipping.
So
Of course he was. Cloud 9, sledging he was.
is that Boss Hog in the front of the scrum as I live and breathe? Boss Hog really should play for the Pigs, shouldn't he?
It was.
It should really, but he's been walked backwards by the Fox Cub. And a penalty, so coming up, front row's coming up. Didn't really look like they were pushing. But Egerton will go downtown, it's into the sun and straight out. Lovely job, Lee. The world's slowest walk to a line out. We'll take a short intermission while they actually get there. Can we go to the potter's wheel?
Here is paint drying.
That's it, yeah. And the grass has grown a hundredth of a millimetre in that time. Yeah, he's whispering sweet nothings in his ear. Yeah. This is going to number 2, Shane Weston, I guarantee it. Oh, I'm wrong. Actually went to helium and it worked. They've persisted with that. It's the first one. Fox Cub drops the ball. That's a knock on. Playing advantage and no advantage. So we'll have another scrum. Bum ba-dum bum bum bum. Talk amongst yourselves. Pigs trying to get an early shove on. They get a big shove. Scrum wheels round. Bucks under huge pressure. And officials going for a chat. Something dodgy has happened on the far side. We wait with bated breath. Any idea, Dave? What the? You're a man of the scrum. A penalty. Was it kind of boring in, did he say, or something like that? A sort of vague hand signal I saw. Oh, and they're going for the posts. Come on, guys. This. Oh, they're not. Oh, yeah, they are going for the posts. I suddenly thought they might be kicking to the corner, but this must be just so Eddie can get his stats up. The referee signalled, but
No, for the scrum infringement.
I think he sort of went like that, which obviously doesn't work on from the to the viewers. Yeah, that's right. I think it was maybe the prop was boring in onto the hooker. Eddie with the kick. He's missed a couple, and but not that one. He's missed a couple, although they gave him one. So 17-3. Pigs stretching. Pigs roasting out there in the heat. It's a crackling good game though. Feel free to chip in, Dave. We're at the point of entertaining ourselves here. So, peck, high, well taken. Oh, and Danny McGrath was up a little early then. I think the referee's arm is out, or is he just pointing? Maybe penalty advantage. It looks like bread. Hasn't played for a while, maybe he's a bit stale. But the arm is out. Do we have a tumbleweed emoji? So to clear his lines, Eggleton goes down. Misses touch though, so now we've got some space. He's running sideways, which is never ever, especially when you don't pass it to anybody. Let's go, picks up, or doesn't pick up. We're just leaning over the ball, but so now they'll go for the kick into the corner this time. Time off, substitution. Sean Gerard comes back on, rolling back the years. Okay, so now, well, they've been predominantly throwing to the back of the line out. The last one worked okay, throwing helium up at the end, like a birthday balloon. There he is at the back again. The Bucks seem to be preparing for it going to number 2. And that's, lifting before the ball is thrown in. That's bread, isn't it? Dave Terry, I think his name is. I think his actual name is. He's a fireman. Yeah, fireman. Well, he could be a woman, but he doesn't look like one. I don't know how he identifies, but I'm guessing he identifies as a fireman. Bucks getting another shove on. Seems to wheel around to the right every time. Goes downtown, Eddie Weston, high, hanging, safe pair of hands. Now who's he looking for? He throws a wide one out. Finds his brother Paul, who's a wrecking ball, who finds Eddie again and he spills it. A little bit of brotherly interplay. And again, Peck this time. And Eddie's back. And Peck with a tackle. That's a big one. Ball secured. Very upright ruck, but back it comes. Shane Weston, first receiver. He's got the Fox Cub helping him out. Scooby, little pop pass, that's nice. His space is spread on the outside. There he is. Stringer. What a brilliant tackle from Dave Stringer. It's like a lion taking down an elephant. Or a stick in the spokes of a bicycle. But we come all the way back. So I don't know, that was advantage, was it? So it was a penalty advantage to the Bucks. Eddie's looking at the posts. Referee Justin's explaining to the Bucks that exactly what they're supposed to be doing at a ruck, and Eddie goes for the sticks. Lino John hobbling to the to behind the post there. He's got a bit of cramp. Yeah. So Eddie definitely getting kicking practice in today. Swing of the right boot, and the kick is good. Takes us to 20 to 3. The steam has definitely gone out of the Bucks since their good showing in the first quarter. Another high hanging one. And a slight knock on as they challenge for the ball. Not seen. Pigs trying to inject a little bit of pace now. They got some numbers. Throws out wide. Eddie throws it. Bit of a speculative one. 45 runs into 2 players. But a blow of the whistle and offside, I think. Maybe. All the way over there. Not sure. Not 100%. Yes, offside, says referee Justin. It's just a bit of a hit repeat. Penalty. The penalty count for the Bucks is going through the roof right now. So all the Pigs need to do is just play the territory, get the line out, play a little bit of rugby, get a penalty, play the line out, get a penalty, kick the goals. Hey Brett, how you doing, buddy? You good? If they've got any sense, they'll play on the far side in the what's known as the Pete DeVere 10-meter channel. Yeah, that's right. And that goes to number 2, so Shane Weston picks off the top nicely. Scooby in midfield, he only knows one way, straight, forwards. Back it comes. Eggleton throws one out, that's a nice outside line. He breaks 3 or 4 tackles. Down his knee, the dust rising, it's very dry here. Carruthers maybe, finding a way through. They got plenty of players out there, but he's dropped it. Kind of saw the unrushing defender in his eye line. took his eye off the ball, knock on. Scrum. I need a drink. How's yours? A lot of infringements in this game, and I don't know how many penalties the Bucks have given away, but it must be getting close to 15 or so by now. Oh, and they decide to tap and go. A little bit of variety now. Number 17 throws out to the winger, who runs in to the defender. Ball's there, good counter ruck, and all a bit chaotic. Good defence from the Bucks there, showing a bit of aggression. Stringer was in the middle of it all with some forwards. The trouble for the Bucks is it's a hell of a long way to the try line, and they haven't really ever strung anything together in terms of ball in hand. And that is water break, or in our case, Heineken break. Yeah, absolutely. Right, we'll be back. So with the score at 20-3, we'll be back shortly. got to kind of work on the principle that if only one team showed up, the crowd wouldn't go. So,
Exactly.
so you've got to give something to the opposition. Okay. Not long to go now, folks. Last quarter. 20-3. Well, it's not, it's actually 5:15, but 3:20. Bucks need one hell of a last quarter if they're going to turn this around. Dreddy strolling back on. Helium is off the pitch now, so it goes up to number 2. He gets the ball away quickly. He's been good in the jumping in the line out. Not sure what his name is, but we call him Ponytail. That's a nice break. Needs some support on his shoulder if he can. He doesn't have any, so he goes for Eddie. Eventually hauls him to the ground. That's a great little break though from the Bucks. It's the best play they've had today. Now can they secure possession and do something with it? Peck throws one out. Oh, that's wobbly, but that's gone backwards, and that's a knock-on. Advantage. No advantage. Come on, ref. Oh, 2 knock-ons. Even with 2 knock-ons, I'd be inclined to go, carry on. Yeah. Like Nigel Owen saying, a good ref can't make a bad game any better. And the Pigs, again, a shove on it. Same old pattern. But that's well secured off the back. Sean Gerrard doing well. Stringer throws out a long one. Now they've got some space. Keeping the ball in hand, needs to stay in field. Stringer's there looking for some support. Back it comes to Mr. Ponytail. He's been the Bucks' best player so far. About a metre short. Stringer digs it out. They're still a metre short. Was that a little high on the far side? No signal from the referee. It could be held up. They're pushing over the line. But he held up. It's a, what does that arm mean? Penalty? Penalty, time off. Could someone be going to the bin here? We hope so, just out of interest. Another long consultation with his line-out. But it's a penalty. Stringer. Probably tap and go from here. Get the big ballast. Moving forwards. It takes it standing still, which makes it easy to defend. 17 needs to roll away, which he does. It must be there, over the line. And his watch is off again. Out comes the yellow card. I can't see who he's giving it to. So it must be for killing the ball. But they come again. Oh, that's a huge carry. Still short. And held up. And a penalty, holding on. So the Bucks have managed to, that's their second decent try scoring opportunity that they've squandered. Must have got a little bit isolated in the tackle. Good jackling from one of the Pigs there. And Egerton clears his lines. That's a good clearance kick. Very frustrating for the Bucks. If they'd got those 2 scores, it would have made the game quite interesting. But just execution letting them down. They do have a man advantage. Sun slowly setting over the far side there. So Pigs line out functioning much better now. Eggleton throws one out the back, but he wasn't. Now is a little bit of a foot race. How does the bounce of the ball go? It's spilled out to the left. All over the ball. And the ball just comes spilling back. Stringer swings one out. They've got an overlap if they could have used it, but they didn't. Good defensive tackle. Bit of a neck roll there on Dreddy. He's still short. Stringer not held in the tackle. Picks the ball up again. There it is. What can they do here? Steve Owen collapses to the floor. There comes again. Throws the ball at him. No, oh, it's chaos. Well, he's not going to run. He's not going to sidestep anybody. Stringer's there. Is anyone who's going to claim this ball? Oh, nobody. And he wants to sub himself off. Montague does well to cover the backfield. He was away. Lots of players on their knees. Bucks shaking their heads. It's all gone wrong. Spirited effort though in this last quarter, and he's given them the eyes, aiming. Oh, he's tripped. That's hilarious. That's a nice spin from the 37, doing very well, and he's tripped over again. Can't stay on his feet, that fella. Bread. Shane Weston going forwards. Relying all over the ball, but back we come. Another penalty against the Bucks. Architects of their own downfall. And what's that one for? Offside again, maybe? Agree. Basic errors. So Eddie Weston will hit this one in towards the corner. Or maybe not. Just gets to the 22. Pigs line out has worked pretty well since the early couple of missed throws. Sun hides behind a cloud. Very pleasant now. Now, if that cloud could just stay there till the end of the game, we'd be very happy. Yeah. So, again, going for second jumper, Shane Weston. They collect the ball. Back it comes. Defensive line looks a little offside, but we'll carry on. Eggleton throws one out. He's looking for the wraparound. Weston looking for, does the old carousel. Paul Weston gets hauled to the ground. All scrappy. Big tackle on Eddie Weston there. Good defense again from Peck. Michael Peck. It's all scrappy, and there's a knock on. No try. Well, the Pig scrum has been absolutely dominant for pretty much the whole game. So, but it's always wheeled round to the right. So. If they wanted to go through their paces, they'd try and keep it straight and get a push-over try from here. Well. Thing is, I don't think the Bucks can go backwards in a straight line. Oh, and they've engaged too early. Sean Girard just goes straight into Paul Weston. Good contest, and Paul Weston does really well. Makes a tackle, clear release, gets the ball. Sean Girard holding on. Pigs reasserting their dominance again. Egerton just pokes that one this time. With a little stabbing action. Element of going through the motions now. Can't be long left. One more score would be nice, just to entertain the crowd. So line out. Oh, just misfires this time, but Bucks come away. And a bit clear of the line, but it's just a line out to the Pigs, of course. So back it comes again. It's like a tidal wave of Pig pressure. So Jordan Southway with the throw in this time. Who's he looking for? He's looking for Paul Weston, but doesn't quite work. Back it comes on the Pig side, but player's got his hands on his head. He certainly wasn't expecting any ball to come his way. That's nice out. Wide. He looks like a runner. Strong. Pulled to the ground, manages to get the ball back, string it. Now the Bucks have got a ton of players. Putting it through the hands now. Oh, what's that for? Forward pass. The Bucks cannot catch a cold. But it's a penalty for a high tackle. So they get away with that one. And that's a good kick. Right, pretty much into the corner, probably about 10 metres from the try line. They'd like to end the game with at least one try. They've been close a couple of times. And on another day, there could be actually quite a close game. Or you get the feeling the Pigs could score if they really, really wanted to. So McGrath be throwing to Ponytail at number 2. He doesn't bother catching. He's not a catcher of a ball. So not straight, and it's at number 2. That's pretty... Yeah, Ponytail doesn't like to catch the ball. He's a bit old school, just very hard to control the old tap back. Yeah. Even so, you know, still easier to catch a ball than it is to tap it back. But he's had a good game in spite of that. His tap backs have actually been pretty good. Playing at blindside flanker. Probably the Bucks' best player, I would say. Again, a driving scrum. Oh, that's a huge tackle. Excellent. That could be a tackle of the day. And that's a massive kick. But he's looking for some support, and Darren Montague's not exactly giving it to him. So now we've got a foot race. Who's going to win that? And it's nobody is the answer to that. So we'd all come back for a scrum. The fullback had no support then at all. Is that the hot stepper on? Oh, was he? Well, perfect preparation. Yeah. See you now. So it's a Bucks put in. Must have been a knock on from the pigs then, I guess. When they've added pace to their back line, it's actually been pretty effective. But the scrum is going backwards at a rate of knots, and there's one against the head. Oh, that's good awareness. Steps outside, 2 tackles. He needs some support. He finds it from number 16, who casually picks it up one-handed, which is nice. Gets the offload away. Pig's starting to get a little bit of continuity, but lost that one. And we're coming all the way back again for what? Update on the grass growing. Another 100th of a millimetre in the last 20 minutes. Well, there's plenty of water on that ball, so that must be just sweat. You saw it spiral then. Eddie Weston tries to get his hands free. That's well done. See the players dripping with sweat over there. It's very hot and humid here, and it's only May. Coming into hurricane season soon. Oh, and ponytails away. Well, we know what happened last time. Oh, that's a great handoff. Now make sure you put the ball down. Don't mess it up. He gets it down. Redemption. Fantastic. Confirming his place as the Bucks. He pirated that ball away. The backwards handoff, you don't see that too often. That's right, yes. Very well done. Which just makes the Bucks regret those missed opportunities now, because they could have made a real game of this. Considering they have very few players, I think they have 16 players. And Hooper's gone off. He hasn't been around for the second half. So this is Peck. And the Linos say no.
Probably closer than Eddie's shot.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Well, that could have proved very controversial at the end of the day, had the Bucks scored from their visits into the 22 when they were just inches away. So it takes us to 20 points to 8. Pigs definitely playing with a certain degree of casuality, if that's a word. Is that a word? Is now. Yeah. So, can the Bucks catch and score quickly from this restart? That's a little bit skewed. Boss Hogg handles that like one of his burgers. Flips it and then catches it. But it's a maul, but the ball was always out there. So now this fella's got some wheels. Spins, looks lively. And the stringer tries to go for the quick tap. And he does go for the quick tap. Ball hits the deck, but picked up again. The support for from the Bucks is it's walking pace now. Maybe this is the last play, who knows. Stringer slings another one. Peck putting some width on it. The ball is skidding around. The ball's out, but oh, and he just can't hold on to it. But a penalty. What's that for? A high tackle maybe? Who knows? So what will the Bucks do here? Go for the line out. Hits the tree square on. Now you think they try and put a bit of urgency in this because another score could make the game very interesting. Maybe that is them being energetic. Yeah, you might be right actually. But they haven't been, although Pigs have dominated territory and possession, when Bucks have had the ball, they've looked somewhat dangerous. Oh, and the man's just coming over going, oh, I think I should be in the line out. Sorry, guys. And they lose it after all that. And he runs out of play. That's the end of the game. So the final score, 20 points to 8 to the Pigs. I was trying to think who their sponsor was. Queensgate, yeah? Queensgate Pig Trotters win against the John Doak Advanced Fire and Plumbing. No, not John Doak, no. Just Advanced Fire and Plumbing. Buccaneers. So Pigs advance to the final, where they will play the Iguanas. It's like a episode of Animal Farm. So join us next week. Do we know what time kickoff is next week? Probably 4 p.m. Yeah, let's say 4 p.m. But check social media. CRT, Cayman Rugby TV, CRTV Uncut for the other stuff. So Ice Cube goes to. Well, it looks like the ice cube's melted. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give it to the ponytail fella because in a losing cause, he was actually pretty good, and he had redemption at the end. Then, so whatever your name is, well done, congratulations, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.